fine. We used to dance the night away, hang out the whole next day, laughing, having fun.
That was not supposed to happen. Once again, I'll figure out how to unmute that sometime between now and Fred coming back. Welcome back to another episode of Going Beyond the Castle. I am, unfortunately, your host, Ashley Rude. Joining me tonight is the podcast princess who has no tiara, Lori Talamo.
I'm sorry.
Cue.
I forgot. Yes, I forgot. It's right in front of me, too. They got me a nice little podcast princess tiara, so there we go.
And I don't know how she did it, but Lori Talamo convinced her friend Bethany and fellow mouse counselor to join us to talk about cruising tonight. Hello, Bethany.
Hello.
Yes.
Good to be here.
Good deal. Thank you guys for joining us tonight for another episode. Happy that you hopefully came back for another one. If this is your first time listening, watching, seeing us on TikTok, wherever, welcome. If you'd like to follow us anywhere, you can find our Beacons channel at beacons.ai/going beyond the castle. You'll find the link to our Facebook pages, our TikTok, Twitter, our Patreon if anyone would like to join, and probably other websites that I'm not thinking about right now. Also, you can head over to our website, goingbeyondthecastle.com, and head to our merch store and check out some of our merch that's up there. We've got some spooky merch right now, so feel free to check that out.
Sweet.
Lori, did I miss anything?
Nope, you're doing great.
Oh, thank you. That's what I needed.
Glad we brought you along.
Yeah. One announcement that we haven't mentioned yet. We kind of alluded to it last week, but Fred and Rachel did have their baby. Little baby Eliana Briley has been born. Baby is happy and healthy, and mom is doing great as well. And who cares how Fred is, because he's just there.
Yeah, I got to feed her today. It was so cute.
Yeah,
she wasn't real happy, though. She didn't want me to feed her for too long, so I had to give her back to mom. But I did get to hold her and feed her. So
yeah, she is pretty precious.
She's cutie.
You get all the pictures. And other good news, I guess. Bethany, the Eagles won. The Colts won today. Who cares what the Saints did, Lori? Because they're awful.
Did they even play?
I don't know. All right, let's get into some news. Keep it short and sweet. If I can get to that spot on my spreadsheet here. Astro Orbiter opened a couple weeks ago, and apparently it's broken. Like, they opened it, and it's just, for lack of a better term, a half-ass operation. The center pulley that pulls the ships up is broken, so when you pull your ship up, it just goes like halfway. And if you leave your ship down, it just goes along the platform.
Yeah,
I don't know why they would. I don't know why they would do that. Like, why?
Oh wait, so like, because it did they know that? Like, is that intentional or is it just not?
Yeah, I think they knew it. Like it opened broken.
Yeah, well, just leave it down a little bit longer and fix it.
Yeah, tighten the bolts or whatever you got to do.
Yeah, I only did that ride once. I don't like heights, so I'm not a fan.
I feel like it spins a lot faster than it should too. Because I think I was a one and done when I did it too.
Yeah. Too much.
The new Monsters Inc. land that's opening where Muppet Vision, Muppet Courtyard was. Katie is in the chat and she says they're focused on Buzz Lightyear. I 100% agree with that. They are probably
yes. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Yep. I had a train of thought and it's gone. Oh,
the Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. land. To no one's surprise, they're naming it Monstropolis. I don't even know why we had to make that announcement. Congrats on the obvious, guys.
I didn't even see. I saw the notes on the news updates, and I hadn't even seen the announcement. So I've been out of it this week. Sweet.
The last bit of news I have, and then I'll turn the last two over to Lori, are that Remy's is going 2D, which I know will make Katie very happy because Katie can't write it right now. Apparently, because I was like, why all of a sudden are they going 2D? But apparently they switched the Disneyland Paris version to 2D. And everyone is complimenting how much more enjoyable it is now that it's 2D. So that's why they made the change at Disney.
Sweet. That one, I didn't really have issues with that one, but I struggle with 3D obviously because of my glasses. Mm-hmm. So it's so funny. I had to ask Josh. I'm like, what does it mean? And he's like, it's just going regular. And I was like, oh, okay, sweet, thanks.
Yeah. Bethany, for context, Fred and I were like chatting and we were like, oh my gosh, 2D. And Lori texted back and was like, what does that even mean? And
I was like, what are y'all talking about?
We just didn't answer her.
Yeah, nobody said anything. So later I asked Josh and he's like, that means it's not going to be 3D. It's just, and I was like, oh, okay, got it. Bethany can relate a little bit because, we got that brain fog stuff going on. So we can't always
all the time
comprehend.
Yeah. Can I blame my brain things on brain fog too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
You can blame it on anything. Just make something up.
That is true. Lori, do you want to hit the last two?
Sure. And again, I'm not as into the news as Ashley, so I didn't do a lot of digging, but Spaceship Earth has been down for a bit for a refurb. It's supposed to open up next week, but it is opened now. They did a soft relaunch. I think some of the scenes have changed, but I didn't go into too much detail because again, Josh was watching one of the videos earlier, but I don't like to watch because I like to see stuff for the first time. But yeah, some exciting news if there's people there who happen to love Spaceship Earth this week because you'll get to go on. And then the other thing, they came out, not a whole lot of detail, but they did come out with a little bit of information on the Universal Kids Resort that's going to be in Frisco, Texas. And I think so they announced what the lands are going to be. There's a SpongeBob area, a Jurassic World, Minions, Puss in Boots, Shrek's Swamp. It never fails.
Shrimp.
I don't understand it. Like, this is why I shouldn't do too much stuff because I always say the wrong words. Shrimp Swamp. Trolls Fest. Now I'm not going to be able to say anything. And what is this last one?
Isle of Curiosity, featuring Gabby's Dollhouse.
Oh, yeah. Got it. Yeah. So I guess they're trying, because we've talked about it a lot about Universal not being super kid friendly. So I guess it's maybe their way of trying to break into that and having, something that would be more kid friendly. So more to come. We'll see when it actually opens up what they have there.
My only fear is that it turns into like a Carowinds or like a Six Flags, and like no one really wants to go there, and nothing's really kept up. But yeah. I guess we'll see what happens.
Yep. So do you want to do the Beyond the Comments since you found it?
Absolutely. So I was just doing my normal Facebook surf the other day, and let me share my screen here for those of you watching. This says
I saw it.
This is in the Disney Parks for Adults Facebook group. It says Apricot has the Wine and Food Festival until November 5th. If you're going down around that time, you should go over, as it is good.
Apricot.
I am no genius, but I'm just saying that I would go to an apricot food and wine festival. I am not against any of the fruits.
Yeah. It's so fun when we find things, which I have no room to talk, obviously, because I say stuff wrong all the time. So I'm not
Yeah.
making fun of people in general, but it is funny when you see when they say the wrong stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably just a typo. Completely get it. And they probably commented and fixed it. But it was pretty funny to kind of catch. For sure.
Yeah. For those of you listening, it's Epcot. I was about to say
it's Apricot. It's Jollywood Studios.
Yeah. Or TikTok.
All right.
We should make it. We should start. Like at the end of the year, we can make a list of all the things that I said wrong this year and have like a whole episode of all of
We'll
them.
make like a montage.
Yeah.
Of all of
a
them.
replay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Make fun of me.
Tonight's episode, Bethany has so graciously joined us. We are going to be talking about various cruise lines, best excursions, and just things that not a lot of us think about when we go cruising. I'm going to turn this one over to Lori because unfortunately I know nothing. So Lori and Bethany, the floor is yours, and I will maybe butt in when I find something relevant.
Yeah, well, you did great last week with when Katie was on talking about Disney Cruise Line, so would have never known. Yeah,
this is true.
But just really quick, just to say, so, and I won't get into the all to make it too much of an emotional moment here. But Bethany and I have had lots of conversations, and she knows it's really sad that most of my friends, and I tell Ashley the same thing now, like all live away from me. But Bethany and I met, so we both are agents with Mouse Counselors, and the first couple of trips that we took, it's kind of like when you first join an agency, you're just trying to make your way in and try to figure out where you fit in. And so, like the first couple of trips I think we made, we might have been in different groups or whatever, but like I knew who they were. I was like, and I'm not trying to embarrass her or put her on a spot or anything, but like Bethany and Lori and Stephanie, who are now, I consider some of my best friends, were like, I'm like, needed to try to get to know them better. And so we planned a trip ourselves to go to Discovery Cove one time. And that's when I really got a chance to, to connect with those three. And again, like, just like we'd have the group chat, we also have a group chat and we chat a lot, but the friendship is there. And also they're very great and gracious to share some of their knowledge with me, who may not have experienced all the things that they've gotten to do. So Bethany's very knowledgeable about cruising. She's sailed a good bit and also has booked a lot too. So I'm excited to be able to chat with her. And it's also fun when we get to talk and stuff. So, and we'll be together in like 48 days. So that's exciting.
But no one's counting.
Yes. The only thing we haven't done, we'll have to fix that soon though, is we haven't cruised together. Well, we will in January 2027 is when we'll actually cruise together, because we've only done Universal, Disney, and Discovery Cove.
What do you guys cruise in?
It's on the Disney when we do the Destiny. That January, yeah.
That'd be cool.
So fun stuff. Yes, exciting. So anyway, you want to tell us a little bit about how you started cruising? Like, what was your first experience on a cruise?
So it's actually pretty interesting, and thank you for that very nice introduction. And yes, you have become a very close friend. So I am very thankful to have you in my life, both personally and professionally.
That's precious.
So I had been a travel agent for a few years, and I had been booking more, and obviously started with theme parks, and then the next step was Disney Cruise Line, and so I had booked Disney Cruise Line a good amount. And I had never cruised before. I never thought it was something I wanted to do. I was never interested in it. I think I had preconceived notions about it. My husband was not interested in it. And then our agency owner, Phil, kind of said to me, you really should get yourself on a cruise. And I'm like, yeah, but do I really need to? Like, I've done so much research. I'm good. He's like, yeah, you really should get on a cruise. I'm like, fine. So my husband and I our first cruise was a Disney cruise without our children. And it was in 2017 in October. And we sailed from New York down to Florida. We went to Port Canaveral and Castaway Cay, Disney's private island, which was very ambitious as for a first cruise to do a week-long trip when you're not sure if you're going to like it. I'm not sure. I guess we chose it because it sailed out of New York. We are in Pennsylvania, so we just drove up. And I love sailing out of New York. And we absolutely fell in love with cruising. I mean, it's hard not to on a Disney ship. And we sailed on the Magic, and we absolutely loved it. And so from then, like, that's our favorite way to vacation. And I haven't done a ton, but I did, like, for this, I added it up. And so I have, since 2017, I've sailed on 10 different cruises, 4 different cruise lines. I will be cruising next month on a preview cruise of the Disney Destiny, which I'm very excited about. I think, and then next year I'm sailing Alaska on Princess, which I'm super excited about. But that's
a
kind of
bucket list for Josh.
Started. Yeah, it is for me too.
Do you guys follow that captain on TikTok? Is it Kate? This is the captain of the Princess.
Oh, Captain Kate. Yeah, I know. Yes, I know Captain Kate.
I do know Captain Kate, and she has a hairless cat.
Oh,
that's about all I know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I haven't, but I'll go follow her. Yeah. So I did one cruise before Josh and I got married. My mom and I cruised together, and most of my cruise experience, unfortunately, has been Carnival, because with the port here in New Orleans, it just makes sense to cruise out of here. So we did, my mom and I did a week-long cruise, and then Josh and I were married, and then we did a cruise out of New Orleans. It was not a good experience. There was a ship that had sunk in the river somewhere, so the cruise boat had to go to I think it went to Gulfport somewhere. So, like, instead of getting on Sunday, we had to go drive. They bussed us to the other port, and then so we didn't get on till like almost like midnight on Sunday. So we knew we were missing the first port, which was Jamaica. Then the second port, we got to Grand Cayman. The water was too rough, so we couldn't get off. And so basically we were on the cruise and only got off in Cozumel. So I didn't think I would ever get Josh to cruise again. And then later, for our 15-year anniversary, which in January will be 24 years, we tried it again. And we ended up doing 2 that year. But then and I know we'll get into more cruise lines after, but once we did the Virgin Voyages cruise, then Josh is like, he's kind of hooked too. He loves cruising. It is fun. It's yeah, and actually all of the cruises that I've been on have been without my children too, except for one. No, 2 now.
I've only cruised with my kids once.
Nice.
Yeah, it was actually twice, because we did one with before my stepdad passed away. He wanted all the family to do a cruise together, and then 2 years ago for Brayton's graduation, we did a cruise. And then next year we'll cruise for Liv's graduation. So,
I'm going to be graduating too in a couple of years. So if you want to take me on a cruise, that's fine.
Sure, let's go.
Thank
you
you.
can come on. I told you, Disney cruise, January 2027. Okay, so let's see. So I guess that pretty much summed up what got you hooked on cruising. So tell us a little bit about the different cruise lines that you've been on.
So I have sailed Disney Cruise Line, Norwegian Cruise Line, Virgin Voyages, and Royal Caribbean are the 4 that I've personally been on. I've toured other cruise lines, but those are the ones that I personally sailed. And I've sailed them all more than once.
Which one's your favorite?
Norwegian.
Really?
I mean,
Really?
That's tough. Disney is Disney's great because of their customer service is really, really good. And the entertainment is always top notch. So it's hard to go wrong there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm typically not sailing with children. So my kids are all adults. And
True.
Yeah. Virgin is good, but that's a really specific kind of
crowd, yeah.
Clientele. Yeah. Kind of crowd. So, and I do like Virgin a lot, but for just a regular cruise line, I have really, really loved Norwegian.
Now, you said your kids have never gone with you. Have you passed that on to them though? Like, have they cruised without you?
They have gone once. And I think they would go again. I mean, my daughter's actually booked on a Virgin cruise with her boyfriend for next year. So they're super excited. She didn't love the kids on the cruise.
Yeah.
She's not a kid person, but So they're excited for for the adults only Virgin cruise. But I think my boys would probably do it at some point. It was just trying to get their schedules together and vacation with everybody when they were younger was really hard. So we stopped trying.
Yeah.
I get that.
But yeah.
Yeah. I know when I asked Braden, because at first when I had just booked Josh and I on the Destiny, and then Olivia started watching TikToks, and she, of course, making me feel guilty. She's like, I want to go. And so I asked Braden, I was like, well, do you want to come? Because then I got joining cabins, but I'm like, I'll put you in, them two in a cabin, which will probably end up happening. Me and Olivia's probably going to sleep in one, and then Josh and Braden, maybe, I don't know. But Braden was like, isn't it like a kids cruise? Like, I mean, it is, but there's adult stuff to do too. So it
There's
doesn't
so
have
much
to
great
be.
adult stuff. Yeah. Honestly, my husband loves to sail Disney Cruise Line. We both do. And even if we're not doing it with kids, there is plenty of stuff for adults to do. We really enjoy it. So it's not just, obviously it's built for families, but you can go as adults only.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like those.
Yeah. And I
those
guess this
cruises-
question's kind of, go ahead.
You're okay. Go ahead. I was just gonna say the cruises are what you make them. I mean, if you want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess this question is kind of like probably already answered, but like best for families, couples, girls trips, solo travelers. I mean, do you feel like, obviously Disney's the best for families,
yeah.
but
right. After that, Royal Caribbean is really good for families. They have a lot to do on their ships, especially the newer ones. Norwegian, just as much. Couples and girls trips, I'm going to say, depending on the couple and, who you're talking about, Virgin is a great option just because there is a difference between going on a cruise and there's not that many kids to going on a cruise and there's 0 kids.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I got on my first Virgin ship that I thought, oh, this is actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm not hating this.
Because you don't have to worry about kids digging in the food and the buffet, and it's well, and we can talk about that too. But Virgin's area like that, like the typical Lido deck, it's not a traditional buffet anyway.
Right, exactly. A lot of it's made to order. Yeah. So it's a little different.
As far as like food quality and entertainment goes, any specifics that you like better?
Food quality, Virgin has great food quality. There have only been, I would say that there's usually a restaurant maybe on a ship where I didn't have a great meal. I don't think I've ever been on a cruise and said, as a whole, the food was not good. There's usually always, the food's usually pretty good, but Virgin has had the best food that I've ever had, for sure. All of their restaurants are specialty restaurants and they're all included. So they just do things really differently. So I've really enjoyed that. And my husband and I are very much foodies like that. His main thing is he wants the food to be good. And he's not a buffet fan at all. So he really, he'll obviously go to one, but that's one reason he loves Virgin is there are no buffets.
Yeah, that's how Joshua is too, even though he eats very healthy and very clean, but he will, like on the cruise. But that was one of the things too. And he tells people that all the time, like when you go into that area, they have all the different, different stations that you can get food from, but it's not like buffet style. You go up and order it and they make it for you. But the restaurants is what really sold it. And then, getting to try a different restaurant every night. We, again, didn't find anything that was bad. Like we liked all of it. Like every night I was like, oh, this is my favorite. It was hard to kind of pick.
And I would say they all have good entertainment. Usually the shows are really good. Obviously Disney shows are, they're Broadway caliber but they're Disney themed, which is fine. We enjoy them. Norwegian has Broadway style shows as well. And we have really enjoyed it. When we did we sailed the Prima last year and they had a Donna Summer musical that was fantastic. And they also had a Fleetwood Mac, band that was really, really, and it told the story of the Rumors album. And it was just, we were blown away by it. It was so good. I think I've only ever had I think we saw a magician on one sailing that I'm like, I could have lived without that. But
Questionable.
Yeah.
but you typically the shows are really good. So,
Yeah.
if you're not sure the shows are good, it's those little extra acts that, can be hit or miss.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. We'd like to go to the shows. I know on Virgin, we went to like the comedy shows,
Mhm.
but the other shows that we had, and only because we might have I don't think we did any of the shows, but I know there's one. I don't know much about it. I heard it was a little risque. So Josh and I were like, we don't need to go to that one because I wasn't sure really what it was going to be. So we kind of skipped the shows on Virgin, but we did go to the comedy shows, which were hilarious. But
Yeah, they had a show on Virgin called Dual Reality, and it was more of an acrobatic show based on Romeo and Juliet. That was very good. But there was also a drag show, and that was excellent, but it was risque. And then there was another show. I'm trying to remember. They don't have it anymore, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was basically about a sex therapist. And they would ask you when you went, do you want to participate? And so they wouldn't talk to you or call you up or do anything if you didn't want to. So we went up to the second, like the balcony, because we wanted to see it, but we did not want to be involved. And
yeah,
it was interesting.
That's probably the one that I was thinking of, that I was like, I'm not going and getting involved in that. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm glad we saw it, but yeah, their entertainment, because they're not watering it down for families, is geared more towards adults.
Yeah, it can.
So it has more adult.
Yeah. And I mean, and not that I'd be offended or anything. We just decided not to go. So I was like, we'll skip that one.
Yeah. And that's fine. There's plenty of other things to do too.
Yeah. We loved going, and I can't remember the name of the bar. There was a bar. We were on the Scarlet Lady. And so at the back of the ship, there was a bar. And so even like Josh doesn't drink. I would have a few drinks, but like we just would go sit back there every night and hang out. That's where the pajama party was.
Yeah. I love that.
Karaoke.
Yeah, that's the dock. Yeah. And we would go there as soon as we got on the ship because they have really good grilled shrimp and grilled octopus, and like their drinks were very good. And it's so nice to look off the back of the ship. Yeah. That's a great place.
Yeah. Speaking of drinks, is there any one of the ships that has your favorite drinks, or can you pretty much find a favorite on all of them?
Yeah, I can always find a favorite. I mean, because I don't drink a lot, but there are certain ones. Virgin does make a good Aperol spritz. I will say that. Which is, I think, my favorite drink, but you can always find champagne. Oh yeah. Virgin does free champagne at their sailaway party too.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's fun. Yeah. No, they've all had good, I think occasionally on Disney, I haven't had some great drinks, but I got a drink one time. It might've been the drink of the day, and I tasted it and I really just didn't like it. And I told the bartender, and they took it right back and made me something else. So
no, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, typically if you don't like something, they can remake it for you or make you something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I've had pretty good luck.
Sweet. I'm laughing because my mom's in the hallway fussing at the dogs.
I hear now.
You can.
Damn it, Willie.
One of them, he must have had an accident in the hallway right where she walks out of her room. So
oh no.
Fun times with the dogs. So basically, like when you're looking to do a cruise, do you pick your sailing based on an itinerary or a ship, or kind of?
I almost always pick the itinerary unless it is a particular ship that I want to be on. Like for example, the Disney Destiny, which is a very specific ship. It's new. It's got a really cool theme. But otherwise, I pick the itinerary because that's what's most important to me. And that's one of the things I love about cruising, because it's a floating hotel and you get to go to all these different places and see these really, cool things that you might not otherwise get to see, or would have a lot of difficulty kind of managing and scheduling.
Katie says you guys have inspired her to go on Virgin Cruise now.
I do like Virgin
Come on,
Cruise.
Katie, we could do a girls trip.
I have twice.
Josh would kill me. I think Josh would kill me.
You can get
What's
a tattoo.
that?
I've twice gotten a tattoo on Virgin Cruise Line.
I'm in.
Yes.
The
That
last,
was Olivia. So we were supposed to do that for Olivia because, again, I'm going for her 18th birthday. So I made a deal that we would do some kind of trip. And we talked about doing a Virgin cruise, and she's like, "Can we do the tattoo on it?" So, gosh, here goes the animals. But we're not. We kind of let it go. We're not doing it now, but it's definitely in the books in the future.
Mhm. No,
So
that's
good.
it's fun.
And Ashley, please jump in anytime you want to, because I feel like I'm monopolizing the questions. But
I think you should. You know way more than I do.
do you have a favorite port or destination?
Yes. So I think Bermuda I really love. I've sailed there twice.
Like the Bermuda Triangle?
3 times actually. I think I've sailed to Bermuda. Yeah, I love Bermuda's lovely, and especially if you want kind of a warm place, but don't want to go to say the Bahamas or the Caribbean. And especially on the East Coast, if you're sailing
Mhm.
out of those northeast ports, it's really nice. Other than that, Iceland and Norway I think might be top, because that we did that last year. That was a bucket list trip for me, and it was incredible, and I absolutely loved it. But that's that's not a warm weather destination. And we were there in summertime, and it was still chilly and rainy, and we had good weather for most of it, but we did have some rain, and it's a little different.
I dropped a pin on Bermuda, and good lord, it is beautiful.
It's gorgeous. I love Bermuda.
Like on Google Maps.
Yeah, I would go back to Bermuda in a heartbeat.
Yeah, once we get through, well, Olivia, we have her senior cruise, and then we're doing the Destiny. But I feel like we'll probably do some more cruises because, again, now that we've flown and sailed out of Miami, like now I'm like, okay, we don't have to just sail, because Norwegian does come here, in Royal Caribbean. They come out just several months out of the year, but it's going to go to all the same places. They don't go, to the nice places from here. So now that we have flown and sailed, I think, we'll probably do some more cruises in the future. I want to do a Mediterranean cruise. Like, that's on my bucket list.
That's on my list too, I think, because the one we did in Iceland, it went to Iceland, Norway, Belgium, Amsterdam, and then it ended in, well, not London, but outside of London in the UK. And that was the high on my list. That was my big bucket list trip, other than Alaska, which we're doing next year. And one of the things that my husband reminded me of is there was one of our stops was Geringer, Norway. I don't know I think I'm saying that right. And that is very difficult to get to, except for on a cruise ship. And in the wintertime, like, the road closes because they get so much snow and you can't just get there. And it was just the most beautiful port. So that's just one of those things where we got to see a place that we might not normally have been to. And we got to see 3 different locations in Iceland and 3 in Norway. And we got to go to Bruges, Belgium, and to see Amsterdam. So that was like a 10-night cruise, and we got to 4 different countries and 5. I did my math wrong. So, and you get a little taste for it to go, you know what? I would love to go back here. Like, I love that so much that I would go back there for just a regular trip. So, but we got to see all these really neat things, and we enjoyed it so much.
I'm looking at that place in Norway that you're talking about. I need to go on a cruise, guys.
We sailed through the Norwegian fjords.
You do?
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was very Anna and Elsa frozen.
Yeah, that's
Trolls.
that's the vibe for sure.
The whole shebang.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep.
So since you've done that one already and you're doing Alaska, do you have like another dream itinerary that you want to do one day, or you kind of?
I think Three Isles or Mediterranean. That's the next one. I know that's the one my husband wants to do. Alaska has been on my list since I was little. So I am super excited to do that. And we're doing it with a group. My family's coming. My dad, my stepmother, my sister and her family. We have friends coming. My cousin and her husband. Like it's going to be a really great group. My dad was stationed in the Army in Alaska. And so I have heard his stories about Alaska for so long. And we're doing a land tour before the cruise to Denali State Park.
Nice.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
My boss, Rob, is in the chat, and he is currently in Alaska. Fun fact.
Ah,
Hey,
So
Rob,
he's in-
where have you been?
Yeah, I think he's in Juneau, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just glad he's really far away from the office because he's annoying.
Look,
and
I'm not offending any of your work people anymore because I already miss Jen. She has left
She'll be
us.
she'll be back.
Yes. So I'm not offending
Oh.
anyone else.
I shared the wrong comment. Katie also said Alaska is amazing. So I think, Bethany, you are validated.
and it's funny because I've booked a lot of Alaskan cruises for clients, and I haven't been yet because it just, I have too many trips always coming up and on the docket that you got to try to fit in what you can.
Yeah.
So yeah, we finally made Alaska a priority.
Nice.
Sweet.
Well,
Yep.
I hope that's an awesome time. And I hope to receive photos from Lori that you have sent her.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And I'll be on a
Yes.
different cruise line, which will be great. So
Oh, yeah, that'll
Yeah.
be new for you, too.
I need to do the princess training and start. Yeah. So do you ever skip getting off of the ship at a port and just kind of stay on the ship, or do you always like take advantage of?
no, like when we did the agency cruise in January, we didn't get off at Nassau. We've been to Nassau. It's, we didn't feel like we needed to explore that again. So anything that we've done before, yeah, we will definitely. I mean, that doesn't happen often, and that's typically down in the Bahamas that we do that, and we just explore the ship. We nap, we eat,
Sweet.
go to trivia. Like we do. Like
Yeah.
we'll sit in the hot tub and just relax and enjoy a quiet ship, because that's the benefit of staying on the ship is that it's a little more quiet. There's not as many people there. And it can be
I felt like that because I feel like in the beginning, like every single trip was, Cozumel, Mexico. It was all Progreso, Mexico. And then now I feel like all of the cruises that I'm doing are going to the Bahamas, which, I mean, it's beautiful. I'd much rather go to the Bahamas than Mexico. But same thing, because we did Braden's senior cruise. We went to the Bahamas, which was the first time we went. Olivia's senior cruise, we're going to the Bahamas. The Destiny goes to the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. We'll do different stuff, or maybe, and I don't know. Well, probably on her senior cruise, we won't be able to stay on the ship because she's going to want to go and do. Although
All
I
the
am not
things.
swimming with the pigs.
Swim with the pigs.
Yeah, I think I've gotten her to where she's like, no, okay. So we'll try
Bethany,
some other
are you,
stuff. But
Bethany,
My
does you
daughter
swim with
wanted
the
to
pigs?
do that, and I researched it, and I was like, no, not
Yeah.
swimming in pig poop and risking them biting me. And no, it did not sound like that interesting.
we talked about and I don't know if you know, Katie's Ashley's friend. They've been friends for a long time. Katie's actually a cast member. She works for Disney. And so she was on last week and we were talking about Disney cruises and I was telling her about it. But I forgot to tell y'all that somebody was, and I don't know if it was, I think it was Amy that was telling us about her sister and brother-in-law or something that got sick. But I feel like I've heard somebody say that sometimes they bite.
Yes.
I'm like, that doesn't sound like it's fun.
Yes. Yeah. As soon as I read that, I was like, no, I don't think that sounds.
Yeah, I don't want to go get bit by a pig and then in their poop. No.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
We'll skip.
No.
There's many other excursions that are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder if Katie's
I'm hoping
changed her mind.
Katie said she still wanted to try it. So
Yeah.
she's going on a cruise in December and then another one in March.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get her to come hang out some when we there in December, but she won't be there. But we're actually, Josh and I are going to Orlando for cheer in January, and Katie and Ashley are coming up and they're gonna they're going to meet us and hang out a few days.
Nice.
She said
Katie
nope.
said she did not change her mind.
Oh, I thought she said nope, she wasn't doing it. No, she didn't change her mind.
Oh, I think she's
We're going to have to
saying
get
no.
pictures. Yeah, we need pictures then.
100%. Yeah.
And we'll see. Hopefully she makes it through.
Yeah.
To each their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so let's talk about cabins a little bit. What type of cabins, which I kind of have a feeling, but what kind of cabins do you typically book for yourself mainly, and then of course clients?
Well, I have sailed in all three like main categories, which is inside, ocean view, which will have some kind of portal, and then a veranda or balcony stateroom. And I definitely prefer a balcony. My husband does not like to sail without a balcony. I mean, they all have their pros and cons, but being able to open that door and sit out there and listen to the water and, be able to look at wherever you are, either look out at sea or when you're in port, you can see some really cool things, I think is absolutely worth it if you can, if it's within your budget.
Yeah. No,
So
I agree.
I book mostly balconies for people there. I mean, I do get people who book, especially if they're booking multiple rooms, they'll book an inside and a balcony or, some ocean views because they do want a little bit of daylight. But, I've had people with smaller children who just aren't very comfortable with the balcony, although they are very safe, that, prefer some, like an ocean view, which is kind of the middle of the road.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the same thing with flying. Like once we flew to Orlando, now I could never drive again. And now I say that if I don't have a choice, then I would. But now that I've sailed with the balcony, I'm kind of the same way. Like, especially because Josh and I don't do a lot of, we don't do a lot of the trivia or go like in the bars in the evening. So we just like hanging out on the balcony. And especially he loves Virgin because of the hammock. With the
my gosh. There was one day we must have been an at sea day, and we went and got a pizza from the pizza place, and we went back to our room and we laid on the bed and we opened the door and we watched a movie and ate the pizza and just hung out. And we didn't feel like we needed to be anywhere or go do some activity. We were just enjoying where we were because we weren't at home and we were out at I mean, that hammock, I bought one for my yard after I sailed. Yeah, I did. I went onto the company website. I mean, it's a regular hammock. It's not like the chair one, but I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I sat in it for a minute. For whatever reason, I was getting motion sick from being out but Josh loved it. So I just sat in the chair. And so it was good because I think now some of the balconies have two.
On the Brilliant
hammocks.
Lake, some have two.
Okay. Yeah, but the one that we were on, it was just the one, so we didn't have to fight over it because I'm like, you can have it. I'll just hang out in a chair. And I like going get like a specialty coffee or something and just sitting out there in the morning and just
We'll sometimes
chill.
have breakfast delivered, and so that we can just hang out in the room and go out on the balcony and just enjoy it.
Yeah, that pizza too. I know we moved on from food, but that pizza on Virgin is so good.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say we get it every day, but we almost got it every day.
Yeah, I think we did because Josh is a pizza snob, so he doesn't like to eat pizza everywhere. Speaking of, let's ask I don't know, maybe you haven't had it there. Do you like Via Napoli? Have you eaten there at Epcot?
I have not. I know.
Ashley doesn't like it. I love it. She's like,
No.
I'm like,
I've never eaten there.
I'm not a
thin
crust
there in
pizza
January.
person though.
A little like an imposter because I haven't eaten there, but there's a lot of places in Epcot I haven't eaten because I go back to the same places.
Same. Well, for us, we always eat at Via Napoli. I'm so sad that we couldn't get that for the candlelight lunch, but oh well, we'll try something. Well, I had Nine Dragons once. It was good.
I may have eaten there like years ago.
Yeah, it was way long ago.
Rob is texting me on the side and he's yelling at me saying that there is no bad pizza ever.
Well, yeah, my husband's like, he won't, and I don't know if they have these all over the place, like Domino's pizza. He doesn't eat that. He doesn't eat Daddy John's.
No, I do not like Domino's
it's got to be
at all.
like Yeah, there's a couple of places. Is it Rotolo's that's around here? Reginelli's. He'll eat the Reginelli's pizza, and there's a couple other places, but that's why we hardly ever get pizza. But that pizza, we had one, and it was like a white sauce, but it had egg on it, if I can remember correctly. It was really good.
Oh, interesting. See, my husband,
Yeah, so we got like,
he would make his own, and I got really spoiled.
oh,
He made his own dough, and it was so good. And there's one place near us called Antonia's, and that's the only other place that we really like to get pizza. I think we got too spoiled with homemade, but we do like the virgin one.
Yeah, really good.
What type of pizza is the virgin one? Is it like
it's like the wood fired, like the thin crust wood fired pizza,
like Van Napoli?
Yes, the best
That's
pizza.
for me, dog.
I'm gonna make a reservation and make you eat it when we go in January.
You're gonna pay $20 because I'm not gonna show up.
I'll show up.
Yeah,
we'll see one day. Maybe when we go in December. By then, I can convince you.
I am not. Bethany, here's the deal.
You're not committed to that?
We're going in January. Me, Lori, and Katie are going in January. And then Lori and Fred get this wild idea that we're also going in December. And I'm like, y'all, I need to get through January first.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, because Fred sent it. Look, of course, we always go down a rabbit trail. Fred sent a text message in the group and he was like, Going Beyond the Castle goes to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party 2026. And I'm like, don't tempt me, because I already promised Olivia I would take her next year to the Christmas party. And so I was like, I'll book it. And he's like, well, I'm looking at, and I'm like, well, what date you looking at? Well, like within probably 30 minutes or an hour, we booked it. And I'm like, all right, I'm booked.
Yeah. And they're like filling out spreadsheets and like going, where are you going to stay? I'm like, I don't know.
She's like, I don't even know if I'm going. Well, and then I forgot. So I was telling Josh, I'm like, well, in the way that I presented it to Josh, I'm like, haven't you said that you wanted to stay in the cabins at Fort Wilderness? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, I booked it because
dirty dog.
Yeah, I booked for 5 of us because I'm hoping that Braden's girlfriend can come because she's never been to Disney. And so I was like, this will be a nice little short trip where we can go to the party. Anyway, so I booked the cabin.
Oh, that's
I forgot
cool.
what I was going to say. But
nice.
Yeah. Oh, and then I totally forgot that in January is the cruise. So he's like, yeah, you just booked this trip and we got to go on the cruise a month later. It's like, well, I have a whole year to pay for them. So just got to book some trips. Anyway. All right. Back on topic. So do you have any like must-haves for your cabin that you bring? Like we'll do like, I don't know if y'all do, like I'll bring the magnetic hooks, things like that. Do you have like specifics or?
There isn't. I was thinking about this, and there's things that I tell clients, like I recommend to them, and I don't think I bring any of it. I mean, Disney Cruise Line and you can do it on other cruise lines, but it's done more on Disney Cruise Line, is the door magnets on the outside.
Oh yeah,
which I have done. I didn't do it on the last one. I have a bunch of them. I just didn't think to bring it. To bring them, but you can do those, which are fun, or like a whiteboard outside if you want to communicate, like if you're traveling with other people that you want to communicate with, by just leaving little notes. But the one thing I do like, and it depends on the ship, but the light slot card. And I like the ones that for our agency, I'll send them to clients because it has the magnet on the back, and I like to use it better than the what do you call it, the cruise ship card, like the key card, because I will inevitably leave my key card in the slot and walk out the door and have it locked behind
that.
Yeah, and get locked out.
Yeah,
because that's just me. So I like having the little the card for the light slot with the magnet on it. But I don't think I have. I saw that question. I'm like, God, do I even bring anything always? And I don't think I do. But I know that I have friends that swear by the magnetic hooks, and I might have to try that on the next one because maybe I'm missing.
It's good. Yeah, it's good because like if you bring a robe, or especially like when we travel in, now my kids are adults. So, like if we're traveling, because this will be the first time that I've gotten us 2 cabins, connecting cabins. Usually we just stayed in one. But like if you bring a robe or something like that, or just like if you have, like a swimsuit cover up, something
Right.
that you just want to hang, like we use it. Josh used it to hang his hats on. So it just, gave us extra space to put some of our things that we may wear more than one time and didn't want to necessarily, rumple it up in a drawer or whatever.
Yeah.
Another thing I bring too is, which I'm sure you probably do, is not a surge protector, but like an extra, because some of the cabin, I don't know how those are, but like on Carnival, there's not a lot of plugs. So we'll bring, like it can't be a surge protector, but you can bring an extension cord as long as it's not a surge protector.
Right. Some cruise lines will not allow that.
Really?
Yeah. So certain things, like there are things that will be confiscated.
Yes.
I know people have had hair dryers and different things. It really depends. I don't think I've been on any that didn't have a good amount of plugs or USB ports.
Yeah. But and to be fair, that's what it was. I don't know. I had a senior moment, I guess. The one that I bring, it's got like where it has like 5 USB and 5 USB-C. So we just plug that one in and then we can plug all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not like in a traditional extension cord.
Oh,
is what I made it sound like initially. Yeah. But
no, that's actually a good thing to bring just in case.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not like sometimes it's across the room and
yes,
like you need it a little closer.
Yeah. And then with 4 people and four phones and 4 other stuff.
Other things that need to be charged. Yeah.
You going to say something, Ashley? I cut you off.
Yeah, I was just going to ask who was bringing the pineapple magnets for outside your door.
Oh my God. Those aren't allowed. Well, I don't know about other cruise lines.
I bet they're allowed on Virgin.
Yeah, I know I've had to explain that to some people who asked. I'm like, I'm not sure how to tell you. Just be careful.
Don't knock.
Yeah, don't knock on those doors.
Do not look those people in the eye unless you have intentions.
Keep walking. Right. Just keep on walking.
Yep.
Keep on walking. All right. What do we have left? Let's see. Okay. Oh, I did like a rapid fire. Oh, well, let's go to this question first and then we'll go. Is there one cruise line, like when you're, like if you have a client that comes up to you and says, what's the best cruise line I can get the best bang for my buck, especially, which we know we love people who have like a $200 budget. So we don't try to fulfill those needs, but overall in general, like one that you feel may get more.
It's all relative, obviously. I mean, I think one of my favorites is really Norwegian. I know I've talked about them a lot, but their more at sea program that you can include. I think is great. It's a nice value because it includes Wi-Fi. It includes specialty dining. Like you'll get 1 to 3 specialty dining meals during your sailing, depending. And it includes a drink package. So it's a free specialty dining and free drink package. Free. You are paying the gratuities on those, but you are not paying for like the drink package or the dining meals. You're just paying what the gratuities would be. And wait, there's something else that includes, and I'm blanking on it. So it's Wi-Fi, drinks, and I always add the prepaid gratuities to a package. But I really like the way that they do it. They usually have some really good deals going on, consumer sales, which is nice. I mean, they all have pros and cons. Like if I've had people that say, well, we don't really drink, so we don't include the drink package, which is fine, which obviously saves a little bit of money. But I do like them for what they have. They have a really nice selection of itineraries. Their ships are great. They have a big fleet. That's kind of, I think, my favorite cruise line right now. I mean, it's tough because I obviously like Disney Cruise Line, but that's a really different product. And I mean, Virgin, like they're all kind of different, but for just a one size fits all, if I had to pick one, I'd say Norwegian.
Sweet. Yeah. I think I guess it just kind of depends on what kind of trip you want at the time,
right?
Where you can, flip flop between different cruise lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and that's where working with a travel advisor comes in handy because we'll ask you questions and try to match you with the cruise line and, the itinerary and the stateroom that will work best for you.
Yeah.
I'm seeing one of the
Definitely.
Norwegian ships has a go-kart track on the top of it.
Yes, I was on that one.
That looks pretty cool.
Did you do the go-kart?
We did not. I was going to. I mean, that does cost extra, which is fine, but I think we just were doing other things and didn't really make the time to do it. And it wasn't open all the time because again, that's when we were sailing in like Iceland and Norway and like with weather being what it was, it just wasn't open a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, Bethany now knows from our last trip, which I've said to Ashley and Fred that I don't typically do like the public pools places.
Right.
I do like the water slides, but now like I've always had a fear of like the ones that are tubes, like getting stuck in it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like been all over. I don't know if it's real or if it was like a fake thing, but there was like somebody who was stuck in the tube. I'm like, I would probably have a panic attack because I'm like, at this point, like you got to scoot yourself. So it's like, how long is it going to take you to get? So like now I can't even try it, even if I wanted to, because I'm just going to be so afraid that I'm going to get stuck.
I think people do get stuck. I've done the one once where it drops out and it from like beneath you. That was early on. I don't remember what ship that was, but I don't do those anymore either because that's my fear.
Katie just said the Mardi Gras has a roller coaster on it, so I'm sure we'll be trying. I don't know. It depends if it's like looks like it's going over the water or like I don't know. We'll have to check it out, Katie. We're going on the Mardi Gras for Olivia's senior trip.
Oh, nice.
So,
the Royal Caribbean Icon of the Seas had this like obstacle course that you walk, like you kind of like walk out on this little platform and across, and you're tethered, and then you kind of stand on this platform and it drops out and you do like the zip line over the water and then back onto the ship. And I was going to do it, but I broke my wrist the day before I left for that cruise. And so I was in like a sling and a cast and because I was going to try it. Yeah. I'm terrified of heights, especially over the water. Like that was, but I thought, well, I have to do it for research.
Right. Exactly.
So I just I'm like other people do it, but
yeah, I mean, I'll probably do it. It just depends. I don't know. I'm like, I like to do stuff and I'm adventurous, but I don't know. Some stuff is just,
sometimes you gotta
I don't know if I can bring myself. So Bethany and I, when we did Stardust Racers that one time, it was me and Olivia and Bethany was behind us.
Oh, Bethany, what's your review of Stardust Racers?
I'm glad I did it. I don't think I will do it again.
I think that's popular opinion around
I
here.
did it twice. Yeah. I did it once in the daytime and once at night, and it was really incredible at night. But I felt like I was going to fly out of my seat, and so it is very scary. But then when I was just at Universal in September with my husband and my daughter, we rode Velocicoaster, and my daughter had been on it, my husband had not, and I rode it again, and I had originally thought Stardust Racers was more intense than Velocicoaster. That was my stance. And then I rode Velocicoaster again. I'm like, oh God, no, that is just the most intense roller coaster I've ever been on.
Really?
Yeah, it was, I think because it goes upside down so much and there's barrel rolls and it's just, so comparing it was different, but I liked Stardust Racers, but I do not think I will ever ride it again.
Yeah, I feel like Velocicoaster is probably safer than Stardust Racers.
Well,
yeah.
I know.
The second time that they did it was at night, and I was like, I'm gonna go walk on over and I'm gonna go back and get us some blueberry lemon macarons while you guys go ride. And I sure did.
You guys have fun with that.
Amy wanted me to ride in the front, and I just was like, I can't. I just can't.
Yeah, Amy is she's very on the like very adventurous, and she's always going. I can't keep up with her for sure.
Yeah, she's got so much energy.
She does. I'm like, I wish I had a little bit of her energy.
I know.
But it's fun. I mean, like if I wish I could. I'm going to try to keep up with Ashley and Katie in January. I mean, we're only going to have Like
day
the
and a
first day, we
half.
probably won't get to the park till about 11. And then the second day we have a full day, but I'm like, all right, I'm going to rope drop to close. That's the goal. We'll see.
I don't think Katie's
The next
done
day
that
I'll
one time
probably
either.
sleep in. We'll sleep until we have to check out.
Yeah,
So we'll
same.
see. All right. So we have a couple of little rapid fire questions, not anything major, and then we can wrap it up.
Lori, you have to answer
all
the
right.
questions too.
Me? Well,
Yeah, you also
okay.
have to answer after Bethany.
Oh God.
Okay. Favorite ship, and it could be any cruise line.
The Norwegian Prima.
I'm gonna have to go with Scarlet Lady because I'm not picking a Carnival cruise.
That's a good one.
I mean, no shade to Carnival, but you know, I'm not gonna pick that one. Sea day or port day?
Oh, that's really tough.
It is.
I'm gonna say port day
Same.
because I do like to see like where we're going.
Yeah. I mean, like some days, sea days, we talked about this last week too. Like I like the sea days in the front. Like once we start hitting ports, like after that last port day, I want to get home. Josh said he rather the sea days at the end. So that way it's not over and you can kind of like hang out. But I'm like, I feel like at that point I'm just ready to go. But and I already know this one because we talked about it. Balcony versus interior.
Oh, balcony, 100%. I don't think I could stay in an inside stateroom again.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
This is going to be a tough one. I almost didn't put it just because if anybody else is listening, but girls trip or family trip?
Girls trip. I love a girls trip. I mean, the last Virgin cruise I did was, with was a girls cruise, and
yeah,
it's just a different dynamic, and it's so fun. And I think we don't have enough of those.
Yeah.
I see my husband all the time. I mean, I love traveling with him. Don't get me wrong, but
right. No, I get it.
Girlfriends on vacation. Yeah.
It is so different. Well, and I've said this before, like Josh and I pretty much do everything together. Like we've never done like girls trips and guys trips with friends or anyone. So like it really wasn't until I, came onto the agency that I started, which it always is. We're doing some kind of research. I mean, but it is fun. Right. But that was like the first when we did the first Mouse Counselor trip. That was the first time I really took a trip without him. But so now, and again, because we don't hang out with people close at home. I mean, we have a couple of church friends that, we started doing now where once a month we'll go out to dinner. That's why I love the trips that we take because it's so refreshing to go and hang out with folks and feel like I have friends. But then I don't like the one trip when we did Discovery Cove, we really took advantage of the evenings where we shared best practices and talked about, and especially again, because this November will be my 5-year anniversary, which is crazy that it's been 5 years.
Wow.
But, like Bethany and my other friend, Lori, like they've done it a lot longer. And so, we're blessed that they are willing to share with us. And so we really took that time where we had our laptops out and we were, talking about different things that we do and just kind of sharing. So I love the agency trips or the fun trips where we're going to the parks and we're doing all the fun things. But the other trips where we're just kind of hanging out and, and sharing best practices are really fun too.
Yeah. That was a great trip. I really enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah. We said we like our plan was to try to start doing that at least a couple of times and even like going close to where somebody lives and like we'll pick one location. We just haven't done that yet. So we'll have to get on that soon next year, maybe. 2026 nice. Us.
There you go. I like it.
We have a lot of 2026 plans.
I know. I told you I'm gonna have to start selling feet pics because I'm not making that much money to afford all these trips.
You let me know how much you make, and I might do the same.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard I have cute feet, so maybe I can get some money.
I'm putting it into this. We're done. We're stopping here.
Yes. Yeah. But that was it. That was fun. See?
Yeah.
It was so fun. Yeah.
That was great.
Awesome.
Thank you, Bethany, for being super knowledgeable on cruises. Lori, thank you for also
Of course.
Yeah.
No, even though Fred and I are travel agents, I'm not one. I've said it many times before. There's plenty of people in this world to share. So before we kind of end up, why don't you tell people how to find you? Just in case if anyone is interested in booking one of those cruise lines or those itineraries that, Fred and I don't have the knowledge on, I'm happy to share with you.
Right. Well, my email is bethany@mousecounselors.com. I have a secondary email, bethany@counselorstravel.com. I am on Facebook and Instagram, which I do have a business page. I'm really not on there a lot because I have a private Facebook group that, that I invite people to vacation planning and travel experiences with Bethany. So I am there. I don't post a lot on Instagram. You can find me at Travel Planner Bethany, which you can find the rest of like all of my other things from there.
All right, cool. Go check Bethany's stuff out. If you're in the business of going on a cruise, please reach out to Bethany. She seems to know just about everything.
Oh,
yep.
Very kind.
That does it for this week on Going Beyond the Castle. Once again, thank you all for listening. Thanks for following along. Rob, Katie, I think those two are the only ones that really chatted with us. Thanks for joining with us in the chat tonight. Rob wants to ask if he can renew his status above Jen because he is way more engaged than Jen is now. And I told them that they can have that argument later. During work hours.
Y'all two, they can fight it out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything about Jen. We need her back.
I know. That's what I'm saying too. If you guys want to follow us on any social media whatsoever, head to our Beacons page, beacons.ai/going beyond the castle. Follow us over on Patreon, patreon.com/going beyond the castle. Our Facebook page, we're always over there. Go to our YouTube page, give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe, rate, review, do all the things for us. That really kind of puts us at the top and lets Apple and Spotify and everyone know that you enjoy us. Next week, we are talking about resorts with my wife, Gabrielle Rude. It'll be me, Gabby, and Lori. That shall be interesting. And we will see you guys next week. Bethany, once again, thanks for joining. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.